Hey guys, and welcome to the EC Twins podcast, our first podcast in
1 million years.
1 million years, and this is only the 12th take of this.
Yeah.
So Mark's, a little bit perturbed at the moment because we keep getting technical things wrong. But here we are. I'll quickly address why we've been gone for so long. I had a couple of open heart surgeries. Anybody who knows us knows that happened. And filming the podcast through that ordeal, it was bringing a dark tone to the podcast,
to say the least.
I didn't appreciate my tone.
No. It was like this is supposed to be like hanging out with your friends and who are a good laugh. And it was more like hanging out with your clinically depressed friends.
Who was on death row.
Yeah. Who were just dragging you down with them.
Now we're over that, and I'm not dying at the moment, I don't think.
We're all dying.
But we're all living too.
Right.
I think I was more on the side of dying.
Yeah, he was closer to that.
Anyway.
Last lap of the track.
Yes, I was on the last lap of the track. Moving on from that ordeal, let's talk about today's subject, Mark.
Today's subject is L.A. doomed?
Is L.A. doomed? We've actually talked about it even before the city burst into flames. We were making a video.
Yeah, there's been an argument for a long time. It's been a question for a long time that is L.A. in some kind of decrescendo, and is that in fact a controlled demolition of this city? And
feels like it is.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to argue with that, though the most naive amongst us will continue to do so.
Mm-hmm. I think if anybody doesn't have questions at this stage of why everything seems to be going wrong in Los Angeles, and
it's not just Los Angeles, I don't think.
Well, you say we talk about it in our private time, and you tell me that
it's the entire Western world.
Yeah, but as I said, in many ways, Los Angeles is kind of the publicity wing of Western society, and certainly of America. That's what we got our ideas about America from. Me and you, it was mainly MTV when we were kids, watching Baywatch, all the sneakers and the cool stuff that they wear.
Yeah, but I mean,
and now what do you see from Los Angeles?
Satanism and pedophilia, Alistair. I don't know which of those words I'm allowed to say on YouTube, but I've just said both of them. So I don't know where that lands us.
I really don't
Demonetizing the money that we don't make on YouTube.
Demonetizing something that we've not even attempted to monetize. Not know how to monetize.
Hopefully that's the worst he can do.
Yeah, so...
But it might result in the CIA or FBI kicking through my door and locking me up if the restrictions on people's freedom of speech continue to go in the direction that they've been going in recently.
Yeah. When you used to think about Los Angeles and California, it's like, I wish they all could be California.
Right in key. Bang on in key there.
That is exactly why
perfect.
I am not a singer.
Yeah.
And if I am, I'm the worst singer in the world. But with the technology that's coming nowadays, Mark, just put auto-tune on.
I don't think auto-tune could
put
fix that one. I think auto-tune will be like, give me a clue. Where was you supposed to be there?
Yeah, they won't even recognise. So anyway, when we thought of California and Los Angeles, we thought of beautiful beaches and palm trees and beautiful girls and muscular guys.
I think one of the main things that they think about when they think about Los Angeles is Hollywood, and they think about things like the Walk of Fame, which is one of the worst possible places that anybody can ever frequent.
I will post videos for those watching on YouTube. I will post videos of the current situation on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where the stars are. It is nothing but fentanyl addicts and hobos and violent ones as well. They're not pleasant ones. They're not the victim
They're
ones.
not the jolly fentanyl addicts.
They're not the jolly old classic homeless people that you felt sorry for and you went, here, get yourself some food. Thank you. No problem. I did a good thing today. No, they're the ones where you go, here, get yourself some food. And they say, give me your fucking wallet.
Nah, I don't even think you say, here's some money anymore. You say, you're so sick of them now. As opposed to in the past, there was, they had a homeless person here and there, and some of them looked in bad shape, and you'd be like, are you okay, brother? Can I get you anything? And now they're just all over the place, and they're openly aggressive, and now you take on this defensive stance where you see them lying all over the floor and you're like, move or I am fucking walking over you.
You stink like piss.
And then they get round the corner and go, what's become of me? When did I start saying stuff like this? But trust me, That's what happens.
Yeah, the stage where we lose, what's the word I'm looking for, Mark?
Empathy?
Well, yeah, I guess sympathy, really, but the stage where compassion, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. The stage where we, believe it or not, I'd say we're rather compassionate guys. I know it's something we can't gift ourselves, but I feel for them.
Believe it or not, I'm actually quite a good person.
That's true. That did
Okay,
sound...
Meghan Markle, next subject.
Yeah, moving on. No, I did used to feel sorry for them, and now they're dangerous.
Yeah, they're dangerous. And Hollywood Boulevard is... it's an iconic landmark for what Los Angeles is. But for those that have a bit of schadenfreude for what's happening to Los Angeles, it's also an iconic landmark representing the United States of America. I had a conversation with a tourist from New Zealand recently, and he said he always wanted to come to America. He dreamed of coming to Hollywood, so he landed in LAX. He went downtown. He's already made the wrong move there. We all know that in LA. LA downtown is not Manhattan. It's not Chicago downtown.
From about 5 miles away, it looks like Manhattan.
It looks incredible from a distance, and then you get into it, and you're like, oh, it's all Skid Row.
Some kind of hellscape.
It's actually the opening scene from Terminator 2. but he came to LA. He went downtown, and then he got on the tube to Hollywood Boulevard. Another big mistake. And he said all it was is homelessness. It stunk of piss. He got in 2 fights. There was open drug use, and by the end of the night, he was on the phone to his mum in his hostel, which may have been his second mistake, because I don't think that
would be his third mistake.
What was his first two?
Didn't you say downtown and then the tube to Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah, downtown Union Station, yeah. And he said he got on the phone to his mum and he was crying down the phone. To be fair, the guy was in his 30s, and I did have some internal judgment to that. I thought, oh, Christ.
Yeah, you're on the phone to your mum at 30 years old.
Pussy.
You're a man.
But at the same time, I thought, well, what an absolute disaster. And how many people must be experiencing that? We made a video recently, remember, of those, like, I guess, Asian tourists, and they were dragging their bags down Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh yeah, and
like
it was obviously
suitcases.
they just got a cab from the airport to Hollywood Boulevard, and
Take me to the centre, my good man.
And they got out, and wow! Again, I will illustrate this with videos if you're watching on YouTube. What we watched them walk through, they were just completely perplexed. They didn't know what was going on, and we felt like going up to them and saying, "Get out of here!"
I don't know who
they
was
are
more
going to kill you.
They're trying to kill you. I don't know who was more embarrassed, them or like they were trying to. There was this feeling of disappointment that they were probably on a vacation, a family vacation, or a vacation with friends, and none of them wanted to admit.
Yeah,
like,
probably their whole life they wanted to come to Los Angeles, and they thought they would get off, and there's Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt walking down the street, and oh my God, there's Justin Bieber, and instead they got off, and then fentanyl addict tried to slash them.
And they're just completely confused by whatever's happening. And it wouldn't take much more than us two and maybe 3 of you watching this video to fix Hollywood Boulevard. Give us a couple of afternoons and
maybe an afternoon and a broom and a mop.
Yeah.
And then somebody to just move the homeless people somewhere.
Into the gulag.
You've taken billions of our dollars in tax money to fix this problem, and it is simply exaggerated the problem. Somebody tell me how that happened.
Exaggerated the problem, huh? Yeah.
What's the word I should have used?
I don't know. Exacerbated. They've taken billions of dollars of funding, and homelessness has got worse. So could it be, and I ask this with this tone on purpose, could it perhaps be that if the problem was solved, certain people would stop making money out of it, so they make it worse on purpose so they can make more money?
That our tax dollars get taken out of our pockets and taken by the state and divided up between their friends. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? The problem doesn't get fixed, so they can ask for more money, justify taking more money, and divide more money up between their friends all the time, not fixing the problem. In fact, if the problem gets worse, they'll have more of an excuse to take them. Anyway, that's just our theory that is based on fact.
Yeah. I mean, if you...
We're probably not expressing it properly, but...
I don't know if we're communicating. I think we've communicated it better, but yeah.
But when, like you say, when you used to think of Los Angeles, you thought of palm trees and beaches, and now you think of Los Angeles and you think of P. Diddy and Harvey Weinstein and, like you say, satanic child molesting
pedophiles.
Pedophiles.
Boy hungry mincing pedophiles.
Yeah, and that's not everybody in Los Angeles, believe it or not. I think Greater
No,
Los
it
Angeles...
says it's a good 99% of them. Nah.
But isn't Greater Los Angeles like 18 million people?
It's-
And most people came here, hustlers.
Did you read that message the other day that came into our inbox, and that girl was like, remember when I took you to that P. Diddy White party? Did you see that message? Because I've always been proud to say I've never been to a P. Diddy party.
But it turns out we have been to one.
Yeah, but I don't remember it getting...
Why did we not get invited to the freak off?
I think we got out of there...
I think they can sense off us that we are not the guys to invite to the freak off, because we will just be out in public going, there are fucking kids in there.
There are fucking kids in there.
There are fucking kids in there.
It's really slippery. I've just slipped my way out of the door and they are fucking kids.
They're covered in baby oil and they're fucking kids.
They're all on drugs.
They're drinking blood.
Why are we the only ones talking about this?
Why
And
is
everyone
nobody
else is
saying,
like,
shh. Do you want to get to the top, guys? Shh.
what are the rules? I thought we weren't supposed to be pedophiles. I thought we weren't supposed to be a grooming gang.
I thought, again, we've messaged it. We've addressed the fact that we're not supposed to use that word, and we'll probably... Again, I'm fine with it. I used it myself.
I just think it makes things so much better when you use that word.
I do too. What other word am I going to use?
Yeah, exactly.
They do use another word, don't they?
Oh, I have no idea. I call a spade a spade.
I say how I see it, Reef.
Sorry, that's Northern English.
That's our Northern English guy. What you see is what you get. You know, that's my
It's like,
Northern
yeah.
English. If I think you're a dick, I tell you you're a dick.
It's like, yeah, I didn't want to know, mate. I didn't, yeah. That's the thing about Manchester. If they think you're a dick, they tell you. Well, why the hell would I want to know that? What the hell? Anyway, sorry.
But
past trauma's coming to light.
But yes, Los Angeles isn't just that side of things. There are people who came here who are hustling, who are genuinely decent people, the majority of people, and they are suffering because of this. Do we think Los Angeles can... Before we go on, I would like to pay our respects to the people who saved the day during the fires, Mark. Mm-hmm. The people who saved the day during the fires. You would think who that would be...
Fire service?
No, it's not the fire department. It's not those brave individuals who rushed into burning buildings and saved probably thousands of lives and thousands of properties, billions of dollars worth of property. It's not those people.
Trillions of dollars.
Have you got any other guesses who it could be?
Is it cynical OnlyFans girls who continue to post the links in spite of the fact that they're from Los Angeles and definitely must have been aware of the fire, made absolutely no mention whatsoever to it, and just told you to click on their videos and subscribe?
Yeah, it's them. It's the OnlyFans girls who are posting, their workout plans and stuff like that, and not mentioning that while the rest of us are rolling around on the grass trying to extinguish the flames off ourselves, they've taken the brave stance of offering us a meal plan.
The ability to give them 25 cents to send you a picture of them fucking himself in the ass with a carrot.
Yeah. For $15, she can send you a picture of a pickle up her ass, and she won't mention at all. So I think...
Back of your shirt's on fire, you're running out the house, but at least you can give her $25 to send you a video clip of her being fucked by the household dog. Or whatever it is people on OnlyFans do.
And as you said, when we've talked about this, because... it was you who brought it to my attention. You said the whole city's on fire, and this girl I know's on OnlyFans. And like you said,
absolutely no mention whatsoever
of the fire. And she lives in Los
so
Angeles.
beyond self-obsessed. Mm-hmm. And I know this because I did attempt to date this particular human.
Maybe we could talk about Mark's date one time. It was great. Mark
went probably the worst date anybody's ever been on ever, and I had a second run at it.
Whose fault would you say that was, though, Mark?
Ordinarily, I'd accept. The first one was at least...
How many dates did you go on?
2.
Right.
The first one was probably... It started off being my fault because I told some jokes that I thought were funny, but everybody else has said, why the hell did you say that? There's not a single person except for you, Alistair.
I think that could be the name of, if we ever write an autobiography about our life, why the hell did you say that?
Yeah. It's not even funny.
Yeah. That's what we always said the name of our book would be. That's not even
story
funny.
of my life.
That's what everybody always says to us. That's not even funny. Well,
but I did go on a couple of dates with her. On the second one, I didn't know she was going to kill herself or me, and I'm serious. I thought I'd keep following her and just stay up to date with her because I genuinely think she's seriously mentally ill, and I find that mad entertaining. And I clicked on the link to see what was going on, and she's posting like fucking meal plans and OnlyFans links with absolutely no acknowledgement whatsoever that there's even a fire.
We ourselves nearly lost this house that we're sitting in now. We nearly lost it. If it wasn't for an epic water drop that I will post now. An epic water drop. The Hollywood Hills are on fire. We was just about to lose this house, and it's completely uninsured, which I'll go into in a minute. But it's uninsured. The fire department did an epic water drop from a helicopter and extinguished all the flames, saving my property. Now, other people weren't quite so lucky. Now, if you're a nice person, what is the first thing you think of doing during that situation, Mark?
I don't know, posting an OnlyFans link.
Yeah, like a picture of your feet or something like that. That's what I think. You know
That's the big thing now, you know.
Yeah, I know. You told me that. Is it you who told me that?
Yeah.
It's the big thing. The kids are into feet.
Remember one of our mates left our party, and
oh yeah.
and I was walking into my condo, and the girl, I guess he'd taken home from our
Well,
party.
it was one of Mark's neighbours. Well, in fact, we shouldn't say that in case people know.
Yeah,
No,
they don't know who we're talking
don't
about.
know.
Why should they?
Okay, sure. So, and he won't.
I mean,
watch it.
look, we've all got something going on,
Yeah,
so he's got nothing to be ashamed of.
One of our friends came to one of our shows. One of Mark's neighbours came to one of our shows and took one of our female friends home.
A female friend, I guess it was somebody who comes to our shows. I didn't know her, but when I walked into the building, she's like, "Oh, you see twins? It was just at your show." And I said, "Oh, great. What are you doing here?" She said, "Oh, I just came back with your friend." I said, "Well, why are you leaving?" And she said, "Well, the second I got through the door, he closed the door behind me, turned around, got on his knees and put my foot in his mouth.
Took my shoes off.
My dirty foot in his mouth.
Put my foot in his mouth. Yeah.
And I was impressed.
I was
personally.
too. I was like, look, I'm not into feet, but that's cool. That's
No,
cool.
but like, you see,
It's something.
yeah, if you sit down and say, I met my wife and like, she was my first love and we met in high school and we've been together, and you tell me about missionary shit, like, that's boring to me. I'm like, sorry, I'm just so not that guy. I'm the type of guy that I want to hear some weird shit that you do. That's the only way my ears are going to prick up. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I'm no prude myself. So when they tell me stuff like that, I'm like,
Yeah,
all
man.
right, that's cool.
Get
you
that
know?
foot in your mouth. You freaky motherfucker. I love it. Get that foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's not my deal, but you know.
I love that guy too.
Yeah. And yeah, as you say, I got more respect for him. I thought, well, at least he's not boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he could have. I don't think he really warmed her up to it. I think he went, oh, surely your feet are soiled. You better get your shoes off. And then he took her shoe off and shoved it
Maybe
in his
let her
mouth.
have a shower first.
No, I think that may take away the point for him.
Is
I
that the
don't
point, is it?
I don't know. But
Oh, even
apparently,
better, even
apparently he
better.
can make a lot of money selling feet pictures.
Yeah.
I wonder if guys can.
Why are you considering
I'm sick of, who knows?
taking a look
There's
at
nothing wrong with my feet.
taking a look at LA nightlife and gone?
Exactly. Taking a look at LA and going, right, how the fuck am I going to
I
generate
have
money?
a genuine opinion that men are so perverted that there isn't one thing that you could point at anywhere that somebody wouldn't have a
I
sexual
agree. We've all seen the TV
perversion
show.
for.
The guy who's fucking his car.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, of course. We've all
Fucking
seen that
his
one,
car.
yeah.
Morning, baby. My handsome man.
Nathaniel is in a committed relationship with a car.
Brilliant.
I think
brilliant.
you could point at anything. I think there'd be a guy like, oh, transfers, I'm into those.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, neon lights.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing.
Feet, eyebrows.
Yeah, there's nothing you can think of that some guy somewhere doesn't have a sexual perversion.
That's what I think about the male sex drive.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I think they dragged females into it recently, and females are like, "Oh yeah, I love threesomes," and it's like, no, you don't. You don't have to lie. That's the guys dragged you into that.
Yeah. Some girls may like them more than others, but
Yeah, people who've had a horrific
Have
childhood
you had
and been
threesomes?
abused. No.
no, I've tried. I mean, I always messed them up. It was my fault every time.
mean, I
I'll
don't
talk
know.
about that on another show, but I messed them up.
Well, you've got a minute between you, so you're either having 30 seconds each, or one of you can have 40 and one of you can have 20, but I've only got so much stamina.
It was their idea. It wasn't my idea, and I definitely let the team down. I mean, I've only got one pecker, and that's, disgustingly average.
Men aren't good at multitasking anyway, so...
I wasn't. I did. Whatever. I'll talk about that on another show when we're not addressing Los Angeles. But yeah, it was pretty bad for me. Sorry, guys. But yeah, coming at it from the side of nightlife, because we've had to do a show since the fire. The place was still on fire, and we had a show booked here. Can't pull out. Never cancel. Never cancel. If they cancel and the venue's on fire, then what can we do? But I ain't cancelling. So we did a show, and I'd definitely say we got something out of the crowd that were there, but there was a noticeable...
Yeah, I mean, When we walked in, I was like, okay, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad.
If nobody shows up, I wouldn't be
Well,
surprised.
allegedly, you said that LA nightlife got voted the worst in America.
Yeah, there was a poll done, I think, last week on one of the big like nightlife websites, or maybe it was just some media outlet, and I just briefly read it, and the headline was
Probably an AI article that's been listening to you.
no, it was a
over the
friend. It was
phone.
a friend who posted it. If it was me who saw it, then I would suspect that. But it was a friend who posted it, like another DJ or something. And a poll had been done about what was the worst nightlife in America, and Los Angeles had become number one due to early closing hours and the legislation that me and you know all about. You know,
And the fact that some of the LA nightlife is mean-spirited, you said, like...
Yeah, I just think they're over the, you know...
You're too ugly to come into this club and being treated like an arsehole on the door.
Look, mine and your opinion has always been the same. We've been all over the world, we've played all over the world, we've partied all over the world, and I just mean going to the parties. We're teetotal guys, but not that matters. But, you know, we've been all over the world, Ibiza, Greece, Africa, Asia...
Just going to list every country we've been to, Alistair.
I was just saying we've been everywhere. And when we came to LA, what was your take on the nightlife?
Never been to Djibouti.
No, the nightlife in Djibouti may be shitter than Los Angeles, but I doubt it. When I first came to Los Angeles and we went to all the clubs that we'd read about in the magazines, we'd seen Britney Spears falling, Lindsay Lohan with the vaginas hanging out, falling out of these clubs, and we went and we were like, wow, is this it?
Yeah.
This is shit.
Yeah, our party in Edinburgh was better than this.
Exactly, Edinburgh in Scotland or fucking Newcastle or somewhere in Athens. Or
All they
anywhere.
had back then was celebrities. So we always thought LA nightlife was lacking, and then we came here and exploited that and made it something good. But from where we're standing...
Don't get me wrong, there was still one or two parties in LA that were good.
Yeah,
they
but
were
from where
few
we're
and far
standing
between.
now, we're like, what's the problem? But then I'm like, well, it's only really us that are left. And I'm talking about nightclubs. Of course, you have big festivals and things, but nightclubs, there's only me and you left, isn't there?
All
Everybody else
the
is-
nightclubs are closing down. I can't even bother mentioning them, but one closed down yesterday.
Yeah, 2 closed down this weekend, you said, right?
I think they're both closed down, but one's not opening again. Do you know what I mean? And it was one of the main clubs in the city, you know.
And it keeps on happening. Do you know where it doesn't happen, Alistair?
Where?
Where we work.
Oh yeah, where we work, the nightclubs don't close down.
That's because you lot are awesome.
Because they make money and they hire us, so they make money. But you know, fine, all you other guys, do your thing.
If I don't tell you that, nobody else is going to, but those are the
But
facts.
from where we're standing, LA nightlife seems to be thriving because our parties are always fun, everybody's dancing. But then we go to the other clubs in LA and everybody's just sitting. It's the same fucking music at every goddamn club.
Which is just lukewarm, middle of the road.
Mainstream. Nothing is tried to be different.
Oh, there is another side, which is cooler, but that's like the underground electronic music side. But then you go there and you're like, hey, this guy hasn't played a lyric in 4 hours. I feel like
Everybody's on drugs.
I feel like I'm in a fucking ghost train.
Yeah, we went last night. It was a lot of fun. The music was cool, but I looked at the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, not a
And
person.
I said to my friends, you know, and by the way, it's house music, and of course we're obsessed with house music, but I'm like, you know, this DJ that you are telling me is the best in the world, it feels like he's been playing the same song for 3 hours. I think you need drugs to get with this. And my friend goes, no, you just don't get it. And I said, are you on drugs? And he said, yeah, but that's not the point. And I'm like, then why are you? Yes, it is.
Come off the drugs and try and tell me then.
This is good drugs and not good music. So there's that as well, but that's more of a... I mean, it's a cool scene. I really enjoy the scene, but it's more of a movement for like a kind of rich kids or something who don't necessarily need to make money. I don't know what's going on. Are they selling drugs?
There are some things that are fun, and every so often, but it's not. There's nothing regular. The main kind of part of Los Angeles nightlife is fucking useless, and it closes early, and it's crap.
But that's not what we don't have much of an experience of that, because everything we see is like, what are they talking about?
Yeah,
like,
we're having fun.
Yeah.
But like I say, we had a show this week while the city was still on fire. And would you say, what did you said? You said you think it was half the numbers it should have been?
I mean, you know, I think it was. I would have liked to see twice everything. Mm-hmm. Twice the bar, twice the people, twice the fun. Mm-hmm. I think it was more of a... I mean, the city is still on fire, and everybody's being told that the air is toxic, and I believe it is. Mm-hmm. And I didn't particularly want to be on a rooftop that night, breathing in the air, if we're honest.
We wouldn't cancel our gig, but we didn't.
I didn't want to DJ in an N95 mask after making fun of everybody through COVID. But I should have.
Yeah.
And so I just think I mean, I wasn't surprised by what was there. I was pleasantly surprised in a way. I thought, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah.
And but the question is that how it's going to be moving on, or was it just like that because the police was on fire?
Well, I think you touched on it earlier. The irony was that we'd made all these videos about the sort of controlled demolition of Los Angeles and had a lot of evidence to back it up. And then just before Christmas, we went out to make a video and found out actually there was a bit of a vibe. There was less homelessness. The streets were a little cleaner. We went into Beverly Hills. There was Paganis. There was Bugattis. There was Lamborghinis. There was Rolls Royce. I'm not saying that means a hell of a lot, but it means what it means. Well, at least it's aspirational.
The fact that there was Paganis and Lamborghinis and Ferraris driving all over the place doesn't mean anything other than the fact that it shows you that there's an economy there and a strong economy. If there's those things, there's money. So therefore, there's an economy. So therefore, we can survive here. We can survive here. Other people can survive here because there's money. We just need to be able to work ourselves into that economy. Whereas if those people leave...
And also, it was very... iconically LA. It was like we were on Rodeo Drive and there was lines and lines of multi-million-dollar cars coming down the road, and I thought, okay, that might be bad taste,
and then
but it is what it is.
And then it's spontaneously combusted.
This is starting to fix itself. I think we're back on the right track.
What could possibly go wrong?
And it's going to be like this forever, unless they've got something really planned for us that could be a lot worse.
I wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, Pacific Palisades is on fire. Oh, Pasadena is on fire. Oh, Silmar is on fire. And I call you and you're like, hey, Pink Dot on Sunset Boulevard is on fire. I can see it out my window.
And all these fires started all at the same time.
All at exactly the same time.
It's the wind, Alistair.
No, I know. It's climate change.
It's fucking freezing in Los Angeles, but somehow a windy day. 5
fires started independently, 20 to 30 miles apart, right at the same time because of the wind.
Yeah.
No questions to ask.
Have you seen any of those videos of the people online who are like the opposite to conspiracy theorists? And they're like, no, I know there's a lot of you out there who are suspicious about this.
Off.
And they've got a board and they're like, now let me explain to those of you that don't understand science. Wind, look, it's windy all over it's windy in Manchester, England, all right? It's windy, and I know what you're going to say, it's not dry. Well, last year and the year before, there was record rainfall in Los Angeles.
All these things would make sense, right? They would all make sense, even the wind, because I'm in the hills and you're in West Hollywood, but it was windy up here. I'm not going to lie, it was windy up here, Mark. It was weird. It was a weird wind. Right. But why did they cancel my insurance 6 months ago? And I accused them at the time. I said, why? I accused the person over the phone who was just answering the telephones, let's be honest, an insurance agent. I accused them of knowing that something was about to happen. Why would you cancel my insurance? Why do I have money to give you and you are saying we can't take it, we don't want it? The only thing in my head is that
why didn't you want it?
Why don't you want it? And I'm trying to explain to the guy on the phone.
But what was the reason that they gave? You didn't make that point.
Well, they did go into it.
It was very simple. What are you even thinking about? They said you live in a high-risk fire zone.
They did say that. So what? I've always lived in a high-risk fire zone.
Correct.
Do you think I didn't address that with them on the 7 hours I was on the phone? I addressed all this and they did explain to me why.
But you didn't make that point to the people listening at home that you'd been dropped from your insurance. This house is 60 years old, and this year, 6 months ago, they decided to drop his insurance because he lives in a high-risk fire zone. It's always been a high-risk fire zone if that's the case.
Not only drop my insurance, not only did the insurance drop me, nobody would insure me. Nobody. And strangely enough, I'd found this California Fair Plan, I won't go into it, 2 days before the fires.
But isn't that some kind of for a state to exist, they have to be able to insure like the home.
But there was still hoops I had to jump through, photograph my roof, so I've got to get on my fucking roof. Well, I don't own a set of ladders. I had to get a set of ladders, and I'm 2 days before, 2
days before you thought, I'll do it tomorrow. It's
not
as if the place is going to burn down now. It's freezing cold.
I spoke to the insurance agent, and I was like, you know what? I'll call you back in 2 days. I got a gig tonight. And I woke up in the morning, and the place was on fire. But thank Christ we didn't lose the place. But
we were evacuated.
Do you guys think Los Angeles makes it through? I just don't know. I've been discussing this with you, as you know.
Yeah, he's a proper buzz to be around, Alistair.
I'm a proper good.
For the past 4 years, Alistair's been like, LA is fucked, Mark. LA is fucked.
I've been telling Mark.
Where do you want to go then?
I've been telling Mark for 4 years.
Because Britain is fucked. Germany is fucked. The entire Western world is fucked. Where are we supposed to go?
Somewhere that doesn't cost me $20,000 a month just to fucking exist.
To breathe in and out.
Yeah, just to be able to make my bills. Literally $20,000 a month to pay my mortgage and my fucking bills and food and gas and insurance on the cars and, you know...
Gonna do a laundry list of all your expenses.
I could give you a laundry list and it's like 9,900.
And the highest taxes in the country and all these stupid property taxes, which I hate, property tax. I mean, I'm fine to pay tax and contribute to the system as long as you don't just try and get the money out of our pockets and then start up some, I don't know, war or vaccine program to get it out my pockets and into the pockets of your corrupt friends, because that's just money laundering. But beyond that, I'm okay to contribute to make roads and try and get everybody healthcare and things like that. But property tax, that's a weird one, because you're taxing me on the only thing. I own this. I should be able to tax you if you step on it. We own this. We worked hard to own this.
This
what
piece of land is fucking mine.
This is mine. This is not America. This is not England. This is Planet EC Twins. We own it.
There's a fucking sign there. That's
this is ours. Get the fuck off it. If you step on it, you're getting taxed if anybody's getting taxed. So why am I paying tax on something I own? Surely you should be being taxed. Not you at home, but the government.
Ask yourself, if you own a property, why is your grandmother and grandfather who've owned their house for 50 years still paying property tax on it? They own it. It's theirs.
And they must have paid.
What? So you could
they must have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. Because the property tax is not small here.
No, I know. We could go into that story, Matt, because do you guys know what property tax is? We didn't.
We didn't.
And we didn't pay it for like 5 years, and then they came at us in a wanner.
Like, hey, here's $100,000.
And I'm like, oh, we're probably on $6,000. It's like,
it would take your house off you. And I'm like, you ain't going to take my house off me, bro. You fucking own 20% of it. I own 80% of it. And they're like, yeah, but it's still ours, so give it here.
So, yes, property taxes are horrible, but we could talk about them on another show. What else have you got to say, Mark? I'll cut this bit out, but I'll just cut this.
Oh, okay. Do you want to quickly talk about Hollywood and wrap it up, the movies and stuff?
Okay, you can talk.
So but the main thing is that we've always, so Alistair's always had this sort of super positive, like, brilliant to be around sometimes. Like, we just spend hours and hours laughing at how Alistair predicts the end of LA and the end of the world and World War III. Honestly, it's proper.
Mark lives in denial.
Yeah, but it's easier to live in denial.
Mark's like, the place is amazing. I'm like, it's on fire and a homeless guy just tried to kill me.
Alistair decided we're in World War III before the missiles start flying. And I'm like, where do you want to go? We just spoke to our friend who said Bali, which does sound like the answer to something. Retirement. Mm-hmm. It all appears to revolve around one very beautiful nightclub, and that is it. So I don't know what we'd do out there. Start trying to surf. So I don't know what the answer is. But anyway, another big part of the problem with Los Angeles, and I think something that can at least fix it to an extent, if they don't make everything impossible, is for Los Angeles to stand for the art and the culture and the media and the movies and the music that it used to put out. And I am asking, where are they anymore? Again, we're trying our best to make the music, to make some art meaningful and mean something. So that was my answer, to design these parties and put out music and start record labels, so that when people watch our videos, they go, yeah, that's Los Angeles. It's fashion, it's art. We throw these parties in different locations that look interesting, so that when people... Yeah, when people think of Los Angeles, they go, yeah, that looks aspirational. That's something I'd like to attend. I mean, it doesn't help that every time we try and do those parties, the police try to shut them down.
Exactly. If you guys ever see, we've posted some live streams on the YouTube, and sometimes they'll only be half an hour long, and that's probably because half an hour in, the cops show up and tell me my music's 2 decibels too fucking high, and give me $1,000 fine. So,
and Alistair didn't believe that the club owner...
they came and they said the cops are here, and I'm like, bullshit, man, I don't believe you. And I went.
The music ain't even that loud.
The music's so quiet, I can like hear my foot tapping. And I went downstairs, and the cops handed us $1,000 fine, while there was a homeless guy shitting in the street behind them. I mean, are we really the priority? We're in the middle of Hollywood. It's not it's an urban environment. It's not residential. You know, it's the middle of Hollywood. It's not...
There's children walking up and down that street. There's a guy with his cock and balls out taking a shit in the street. and you're giving us $1,000
what I'm
ticket
saying is-
for playing music a little loud. Are you sure you've got your priorities straight here, bro?
What I'm
I
saying
don't
is
know.
our music isn't affecting residents. There's not so many residents in that neighbourhood.
No.
There's no residents. It was
No.
allegedly
It's an industrial area.
dipshit from a recording studio apparently making the complaint. It's an industrial area. I'm playing music, not even that loud. There's people shitting in the street and openly injecting themselves with...
While they go and help themselves to $1,000 worth of products for free.
Yeah, injecting themselves with Class A drugs, and they're giving us shit about our music being too loud. And again, it wasn't even that loud. I've heard loud music. Wasn't fucking that loud. So it's brutal here to try and actually break any ground and do anything interesting.
But the answer to it has to be art and culture. That is what Los Angeles has always stood for. And
Well, could this
Hollywood-
be rock bottom?
Well, I hope it is rock bottom, because if it is rock bottom, the fearful thing is it's not rock bottom. No,
It's what?
It's not. It could get worse. I think.
I know, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I
when
mean,
it, let's
that
be
is
honest,
what Alice is
let's
saying.
be honest, as
Again,
I've
he's a
told you, when it rains,
buzz to be around.
when it rains, what's going to happen?
Landslides.
Landslides, brutal
floods.
landslides. That entire Pacific Palisades is going to slide into the Pacific Ocean, slide right down onto the PCH, all that shit that's just burnt tens.
And then it's going to block up all the drains, and places are going to get floods, and that's going to be the next place.
Yeah,
how
and then
BlackRock
Malibu's
gets
going
your
to be
house off
affected
you.
by it, and Santa Monica's going to be affected, and just bit by bit, everybody's like, fuck this, I am out of here.
Yeah, but again, somebody has to tell me to where, because as much as I like Joe Rogan and I like him a lot, it's not Austin, bro. That's one really fun street and a kind of cool place, but
It's cool, it's just not big enough.
yeah, that's not like the rest of the world isn't going, dude, we gotta go to Austin on vacation, man. Like, no, I mean, there are mountains here, there are beaches here, there used to be a Hollywood here, there are like a big downtown center, there's Beverly Hills, there are things to do. Austin is really cool for a couple of days, and it's probably cool to live there. But in terms of being like a world capital, a global capital, nah, that ain't it. Stop it, Joe.
No, I don't
Stop
think so.
it.
It's fun to go there, it was nice.
Yeah, it's a cool place. I like it
And then,
too.
then you've got Miami.
You're not like London, Tokyo, Sydney, Austin. No. It's like Milton Keynes, Austin.
I mean, as you know, when people were asked, kids were asked, when we were all
Yeah.
kids, the kids were asked, where do you want to go when you're older? And everybody said America and to Hollywood and to be famous. And now you ask them, they're like Korea, Japan.
Yeah.
They're not interested anymore. And LA has done it either to itself or had it done intentionally, which we think, but that's because we're conspiracy theorists. Okay? If that's what you want to call us, that's what we are. Think of a conspiracy theory, we're on it, we've probably researched it, and it's probably true as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure about Flat Earth, I never looked at that one.
Flat Earth
I'm not going to dismiss it.
I mean, yeah, I would take a guess that that's not true, but we get a lot of people in our inbox, some conspiracy theorists, and then somebody who disputes the conspiracy, and so far, with evidence, the conspiracy theories are batting at 100%. So
100% out the park.
When they start talking to me about flat Earth, I'm like, come on, bro, put the ayahuasca down. But then I'm like, whoa, stop.
We used to laugh at the conspiracy theories too, but we'd
But
have
now
an
I'm like, okay, what was you saying about lizard people again? And of course we're joking a little bit, but you know.
the royal family of lizards, huh? Okay.
I'm not ruling that out anymore. And even if they're not, they may as well be. It'd probably serve us all. We'd probably be in a better stead if we just accepted that they are and approach
Yeah,
them.
if we just approached them as they were, if we just, would be well served to just
they may,
treat them like they are.
Yeah,
Basically.
they may not all be Satanists, but if you treat them as if they are and act as such, then
Your results are probably going to be better.
Yeah, you're probably-
as opposed to treating the government like it's some kind of father figure. Don't worry, the government like it's your parents. Don't worry, the government's going to take care of us. If you just look at them as satanic, evil people.
if you believe the government are always honest and they're telling you the truth and they care about you, you're in big trouble. Whereas if you assume that they're all lizard, alien, hybrid Satanists, I'm not saying that's true, but I'm saying that you're probably
Closer to the truth.
yeah. You're probably in better stead. Your life will probably turn out with better results.
Because, like I say, even take Los Angeles. Who do we care about here anymore? Everybody is sick of the celebrities in Los Angeles kind of lecturing them, and that's another thing. Los Angeles used to be these celebrities that people came here and they saw, maybe they came in and went, oh, we went to Los Angeles and we saw, fucking, I don't know who it could be. We saw Angelina Jolie in a clothes store. We saw Meryl Streep.
Do you ever worry that people are starting to... Things that when I was a kid, I'm like, why do you care about famous people? I couldn't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
And I wish nobody did.
Yeah.
And then as people become more and more like
the more
us,
they're
you
becoming
think...
more like us.
You
We've
think,
always said,
shit. No, go back to how you were. Do not
why
be
do
like
you
me.
care? We always said, why do you care about celebrities? And we include DJs into that.
They can be
Why
first.
do you guys give a shit about celebrities, DJ, anybody? Why do you give a shit? And now they're starting to look at us and go, why should we give a shit about celebrities? And we're like, whoa.
Actually, maybe things were better.
Cool,
Don't be like me. Jesus Christ. No, if the entire world becomes like us, what a bunch of...
But as we said, it's all about like YouTube people and stuff. And I said to you, who's the most famous person? And you said...
Mr. Beast.
Who I don't know who he is. I just know that Beast is the prison term for a child molester.
Yeah.
I believe, I may be wrong, but I think it is.
Is that right? He looks... I mean, he has... And I don't know anything about him, but he has all the charisma of
a child molester.
He has all the fucking
Meaning that
charisma of a Carl's water biscuit, and like I just wouldn't leave him alone with anyone's kids.
He
He looks
terrifies
like
me.
Mr. Nonce.
He makes my balls shrivel up right into my body.
He is a man, right?
Is he a
that
man?
is about 26, looks about 65, and acts 12.
Yeah.
I don't know why this man is the most famous person on earth, and I believe
It's almost as if he's been
he's a
artificially
plant.
inflated.
Yeah, like
a plant,
yeah,
like
they've
everything
chosen him. The most banal character you could have ever met. He's completely unfuckable.
And sometimes, if I open a new computer and I go onto YouTube,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have my algorithms,
Yeah.
so it's not like music and bikes and the stuff we watch. Mr. Beast will come up.
Yeah, he's posted
And they're
him.
the most unappealing videos, but that's because I'm not 7 years old, and he's trying to appeal to 7-year-olds, which is
when
very
you were
strange.
7 years old, would you watch somebody who looked like a fucking geography teacher?
Well, okay, so when we were 7 years old, Mark, we were on the tail end of Jimmy Savile. I hate to tell you, I don't know if you guys know who Jimmy Savile was, but a prolific child molester.
If I asked you to draw a pedophile, you'd be like...
I'll put a picture of him up. He's fucking terrifying, and he was very, very famous with the children in Britain, and we were force-fed him.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that Mr. Beast is the 2025 Jimmy Savile, and I will be proved right in the future if World War III doesn't kill us all.
Yeah. And, of course, this is all parody to anybody's legal department.
Yeah, this is all jokes to anybody's legal department, allegedly.
And as we all know, jokes are not funny if they're not at least in part true.
Exactly.
But yeah, so is Los Angeles over? The answer is not. If we can do something about it, certainly we're going to try to put as much art and as much music and as much culture out there from Los Angeles. There is something special about this place. There's still a lot of talented people out here. I would struggle to find the singers and the songwriters and the artists. If you put me anywhere else in the world, I'd struggle to find them. I can pick up the phone here, I can throw a stone, and I can hit some top quality songwriters, music producers and singers, and that just doesn't exist anywhere else. We were just in Las Vegas for a few days. We saw the average person. That wasn't just the average American. And there wasn't a lot of talent there, let's not lie. Alistair was shouting at me for making jokes. They are jokes. And saying, well, people on TikTok didn't like. I don't give a fuck what people on TikTok think. I'm allowed to make jokes. That wasn't that was the genetic dead end of humanity in that final casino that we ended up staying in.
Yeah, we went and we bounced about different hotels just to experience different hotels, and some of them look better online than, they were all fine. Look, who the fuck are we?
Well, that's the point. We're fucking nobody, but can't we just point out that, like, there is a particular type of aspiration here in Los Angeles and New York and other cities that when you go into amongst just average communities, and by the way, we're from below average.
We did a party on Friday night, and we went out last night, and I suppose there was a lot of attractive people in there.
And it's not just about attractive, but it's sort of like there's a lot of creative people, a lot of talented people. It's not just about how attractive you are. That largely stupid, but they were talented and creative and interesting and ambitious and hardworking. And then when we were in Vegas, do you remember that magician that was at the casino? It was like, was he a magician? He had that poster all around that casino.
Oh, God, yeah.
Even he looked confused about why he was on the poster.
You're getting posters everywhere. Like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
They must be earning money, and even the picture, it's like, ugh.
The guy had the picture, and for those that
They've got like 5 different vending booths and an entire store for fucking Cake Boss.
Yeah. Everything that's just...
Guy Fieri has a restaurant there. Like, he's a fucking, Michelin star chef. He's a fucking
Everything
idiot.
that is just force-fed to you. And I think the guy, the magician, I think he was from America's Got Talent. And even on his poster, which was the entire side of a casino, he looked like he was apologising. I think he was supposed to be holding his hand out in a kind of traditional magician pose, but he looked like he was shrugging and saying...
I don't know what I'm doing here either.
Shit, I'm out of ideas too.
I'm sorry.
I'm as embarrassed as you are about this.
He was like,
Yeah.
on the poster.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? He looks like somebody's got a gun behind the camera.
And then
there.
And then there was people buying like just the merchandise that was there, and I just thought,
the crystal. It was like
Oh
a
my
crystal,
God,
and it had a picture of the family dog like embedded in it.
It was
somehow,
some kind of a crystal.
or the mum, the dad.
it could
and-
have whatever.
and the
Some of
kids.
them had celebrities on them, but you could have your family photo turned.
We
into...
could have a picture of us two in a crystal triangle or a crystal kind of obelisk. Or crystal.
Yeah.
I say crystal, I mean plastic.
Composite, some kind of a
The
composite
fucking there's a
material.
guy standing there talking to him. So how long you had your store? And the guy's like, fuck, I can't leave. He's got a little kiosk. And he's like, how long? You been here that long, huh? No, I'm just in town from
Are you going
Tennessee.
to buy a fucking
You
crystal?
gonna buy
mate?
anything? Fuck off.
There's no law that I have to talk to you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Los Angeles still does have that, and again, it's of course we're joking a little bit, but it's not just about the superficial things. It is also about the fact that a lot of the most talented people in the world and a lot of the most ambitious people in the world come here, and a lot of people who are looking from the rest of the world and saying, "Fuck you, Los Angeles, burn!" It's like, yeah, I get why you're saying that. You wouldn't last 5 seconds here. It's fucking brutal. Mm-hmm. It is brutal. It's expensive. It's full of people who are trying to climb their way to the top. Many of them flawed human beings. Many of them come here because, they weren't able to make the average happy life.
The only way to make it here if you come from nothing, I'm sorry, is to be brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I stand by it.
And if you're not brilliant...
Actually, lucky is also... There's a lot of people...
Yeah, born rich is another one.
Well, but you've already made it if you're born rich. Like I've told you, if you're born rich, it's like, what do I want to do? I want to be a DJ. Okay, your dad's going to pay for that. What do I want to be an actress? Okay, your dad's going to pay for that.
Yeah,
You're
but like the rest of us...
If you come from zero, like the rest of us, you've either got to be brilliant or just a freak incident, like being hit by lightning.
Yeah. Or a complete fucking maniac who's just...
Even then, you've got to be brilliant. Even the maniacs that make it... I don't know anybody in this town who doesn't make it, who isn't in some way brilliant. Make it from nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Look at all our mates.
Yeah.
All our mates who do well. They're all really good at what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So there's still that in Los Angeles. So, yeah. I don't know if that's enough to...
I guess the ultimate answer is Los Angeles dead? Can it come back? The answer right now is we don't know. Right now, we don't know, but...
I think it'll all depend upon how bad, and it seems really bad, the Illuminati want to murder us all.
Yeah, there's some kind of Illuminati World Economic Forum plan to destroy Los Angeles for whatever reason. I've seen some videos.
Well, I just want to say one thing, that there's I think you know more about it than me, but is there a rule in Satanism? Again, I'm not saying they're all
it's in the
Satanists.
Satanic Bible. It's like the rule of karma, karmatic.
Yeah.
You have to tell somebody you're going to do something, and then when you do it, you can lie as much as you want. So if I say to you, oh, you know what, Mark, I'm going to fucking kill you one day, and then from now till for the next year, I act like your best friend, and then one day I kill you. So, well, I told you.
I think the
did tell you. You should have
thinking
listened.
behind that is, if you told them and they didn't hear you, then they're stupid and they're just useless eaters and don't deserve to be
So
here
that's what I've
anyway.
been trying to say to you when they're evidently wrecking the city.
Yeah,
And they're
but
building-
when Klaus Schwab and the WEF, when they said you will own nothing and you will be happy, some of you didn't appear to hear that. I heard it loud and clear. I heard it
Again.
loud and clear. You told me
I've
what you're
spoke to a
doing.
lot of people who don't even know what I'm on about when I say that recently.
Really?
Yeah, so it's just us who's in that little bubble. I know a lot of you guys will know, but Klaus Schwab said, you will own nothing and you will be happy. And he is the head of the World Economic Forum. Listen to what he's telling you. That is their plan. Whether they get away with it or not is dependent on whether you let them, whether we stand up, because there's more of us than there are of them. But some of my friends just tell me I'm crazy, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I should just shut the fuck up and mind my own business.
Right. So there's no real answer, but you guys leave a comment and let us know what you think. Is LA doomed?
We're saying bye now from our wooden shack in the Hollywood Hills in the woods. Who else lived in a wooden shack, Mark?
You tell me.
The Unabomber. So Klaus Schwab may want to,
Yeah.
not mess around too much.
Before he upsets a whole bunch of Luigis.
Luigi.
Luigi. There's a reason we all got a little soft spot for him. If only he'd shaved his eyebrows off, it'd have been the perfect crime.
Dyed his eyebrows.
Or didn't? Was he in like Starbucks flirting with a girl and
I
he
don't
took his
believe
mask
any of
off?
that. I don't know what to believe anymore.
That's true. Who knows what happened there?
You know what I posted with the different backpacks, different.
Yeah. Who knows if it was even
Who
him?
fucking knows?
Probably Lee Harvey Oswald. He's probably a patsy. Poor bastard. But there's a reason that he's kind of an anti-hero. That's for sure. Anyway, Alistair, you want to wrap it up?
No, just goodbye, and we'll see you next time. If my house doesn't burst into flames,
Burst into flames, flood,
earthquake,
World War III, murdered
That's
by a homeless person.
shot by the CIA for stuff I've been looking at and posting and sharing.
Weird drone attacks,
With drone attacks, alien
UFO invasion,
this new
HMPV
virus that's coming from China,
or the vaccine that we forced
Bird
on you
flu.
untested.
bird flu,
So it's like
my own personal heart condition that could just kill me anytime. Anyway,
there's a 50-50 chance we'll be back doing this again.